Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. This is Todd with Industrial Comfort. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to repair this Bosch 1617 EVS. Now if you're like me, this thing worked 1 minute, the next minute I went to flip the switch and the unit was totally dead. So I'm going to show you how to replace the brushes, which in my case wasn't actually the culprit. I'm also going to show you how to clean the on-off switch, which was the issue, and it's very easy to fix. The only thing you're going to need is a T15 Torx drive. Let's get started. I've got this Bosch 1617 EVS variable speed router, 2¼ horsepower, and the thing just all of a sudden stopped working. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. So my hope is that it's just the brushes on the motor, because I've never dropped the unit and there really shouldn't be anything else wrong with it. So I'm going to unplug it and I am going to use this T15 Torx wrench. We're going to take the cover off and we're going to inspect the brushes and see if they need to be replaced. Okay, so the brushes are these things right here, and they're kept in with this spring that we're gonna gently kind of pull back and move out of the way. But before we do that, I am going to get a small pliers to remove. I'm not doing a very good job of this, but to remove the connection. And then I'm going to see if we can't just move this spring out of the way here. Okay. Oops. So I'll keep that moved out of the way, and then I'll just pull this out. And yeah, as you can see, these brushes are pretty worn, which is kind of surprising because the unit's only a few years old. So we'll get some replacements on order, we'll install them and see if that does the trick. So the replacement brushes came, and they're really no different in size than the brushes that came out of the unit. So now I'm really starting to think that this is not a brush issue and more of an on-off switch issue. Now, the good news is through this video, you'll be able to change brushes if anything happens to your router. But I'm now going to remove the on-off switch, and to do that, there's a little bridge that sits right in here. You just remove 2 screws that look like this, and the wiring will pop out. Now, got to remove this blue wire here because that connects to the switch as well. Now, to remove the switch, there are 2 clips that hold the switch in on either side. You just need to depress those clips, and the switch, as you can see, starts to pop out. It'll come out like this. We'll disconnect the hot wire, and this switch will come out. Now, in order to test that it's the switch, I'm just gonna jump the switch to where the blue lead led in, and I'm gonna just plug it in real quick. Yep. So this confirms that it's the switch. So the terminals actually look really clean. So what I'm gonna do now is use a very small screwdriver, and I am gonna gently pry the casing away from this switch to gain access to the inside to see if there's anything that we can do. Oh, wow. Look at that dirt. So I'm going to grab a toothbrush that I've got here on the bench and just clean this out. Now, I've just got to remember how this was oriented because I didn't happen to see it. It was so covered with dirt, but I imagine it fits like this, so you can see the cap is going to cover whatever that little nodule is there. Okay, I'm just going to tap this, get all the dirt out. Okay. I'm going to push this back in. So now I'm going to reverse the process. I am going to feed the black wire through, reconnect it to the switch here. Okay. I'm going to feed the blue back through. Okay, put the switch back in place. Now the wires went down through this little wire retainer. Oops. And the black wire went into that slot right there. And then fit the wire housing back in place. And then we're gonna these screws also use a T15. So I'm gonna put this right behind the wire housing. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I'll put the other one in. Okay, now we're just going to reverse the process of putting this back together. Now for this, I like to place this inside the top shroud first. I find that it's easier to kind of get this thing back together. All right, there we go. So now I'm just going to reverse the process, put these T15 screws back in, get this side in. I hope you found these repairs helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.